Welcome to the Binge Eating Reset. You have now reached step 20. And if you've been following all the previous videos in this series, you've probably started to notice something that many people never really see, even after years of struggling. Very often, eating isn't really about food at all. By now, you've learned how to pause for just a moment. You've practiced delaying the urge to eat. You've started paying attention to the moments when those urges first appear. And you've discovered that food often brings a temporary feeling of relief. In the previous video, you may even have noticed that your brain has started to associate food with relief. But today, we're going to go one layer deeper. Not to turn this into complicated therapy. Not to dig through every painful memory from your past. But simply to help you see something that is incredibly important. Because behind almost every urge to eat, there is a feeling. And very often, we try to get rid of that feeling as quickly as possible. Not consciously, but automatically. Many people simply say, I suddenly felt hungry. But if you honestly take a moment to look back, there may have already been something else happening just before that urge appeared. Maybe you felt tense. Maybe you felt rejected. Maybe you were exhausted. Maybe you felt restless. Maybe you felt empty. Maybe you felt sad. Or maybe you felt absolutely nothing at all. And that last one might sound a little strange. But even feeling emotionally numb can be incredibly uncomfortable. Our brain simply doesn't like discomfort. It wants to get back to something that feels safe or pleasant as quickly as possible. And for many years, food has been incredibly good at doing exactly that. Not because food actually solves your problem, but because food shifts your attention somewhere else for just a little while. For a brief moment, you no longer have to feel whatever was there before. That doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you don't have enough discipline. It simply means that your brain has found a way to cope with difficult emotions. And maybe, for a long time, that strategy actually helped you. Only now you're beginning to notice that it's also holding you back. Because as long as food keeps being the solution, you never really get the chance to discover what's actually underneath it. And that's exactly why we're going to do a very simple exercise today. Not to make your feelings bigger, not to fix them, but simply to learn how to recognize them. Because once you can recognize something, you no longer have to automatically eat it away. So grab a notebook again, or simply open the Notes app on your phone, and write down the following sentence. Right now, I feel. Finish that sentence. Not what you think, not what you believe, not what you think you should be feeling, but what is actually present inside you right now. It could be, I feel restless, I feel empty, I feel tense, I feel stressed, I feel exhausted, I feel rejected, I feel lonely. Maybe you feel sadness, maybe frustration, maybe shame, maybe disappointment, or maybe you simply write, I honestly don't know what I'm feeling. And that's a completely honest answer too. After that, write down the second sentence, and that's why I want to eat. At first, that might sound a little strange, but read it back to yourself slowly. I feel tense, and that's why I want to eat. I feel lonely, and that's why I want to eat. I feel rejected, and that's why I want to eat. Do you see what's happening here? For the first time, eating is no longer about hunger. It's about a feeling, and that realization is incredibly valuable. Because once you know which feeling is underneath your urge to eat, you can eventually learn how to take better care of that feeling. Not today, that comes later. Today, your only job is to notice. Many people want to jump straight to the solution. How do I stop? What should I do? Which technique actually works? But if you don't know why you're eating in the first place, you'll keep fighting the same problem over and over again. Think of it like a smoke alarm. You can take the battery out so it stops beeping, but that doesn't mean the fire is gone. The urge to eat often works in exactly the same way. It's a signal, not an enemy. A signal that something inside you is asking for your attention. And the more often you learn to recognize that signal, the less your brain has to keep shouting to get your attention. You may notice that this exercise brings up emotions, and that's completely normal, because many of us have spent years learning not to feel our emotions. Just keep going, don't complain, be strong, work hard, solve every problem, and in the meantime, food slowly became the place where those feelings could disappear for just a little while. Today, you're going to do something completely different. Instead of pushing those feelings away, you're simply going to stay with them for a little while. Without judging yourself, without trying to fix yourself, without feeling like you have to solve everything immediately. And very often, that is the very first step toward real, lasting change. Because feelings are not dangerous. They are temporary. They come, and they also pass. But if you keep trying to eat them away every single time, they never get the chance to fade on their own. That's why today's exercise is actually very simple. Every time you notice that you want to eat without real physical hunger, write down only these 2 sentences. Right now, I feel. And then. And that's why I want to eat. You don't have to do anything more than that today. Don't solve it. Don't change it. Don't be hard on yourself. Just look at it honestly. And maybe, this week, you'll discover a pattern you've never noticed before. And that pattern may eventually become far more valuable than any diet rule you've ever followed. In the next video, we're going to talk about something that keeps so many people stuck. Because changing doesn't mean you have to become angry with food. In fact, you don't have to hate food in order to change. That's exactly what we'll explore together in the next video. So I'd really love to see you back for binge eating reset number 21. You don't have to hate food to change. See you in the next video. Purple Heart.